play it by ear. So we are live, coming here with a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I'm your host, Trevor, and tonight we are joined by Andy. Andy, how you doing tonight?
What up, what up?
We are also joined by Alex.
Yo, yo, yo.
And we are also joined by the good old, what do we even call this, guys?
It's Emmy. She's a pop star.
I'm drowning in my fear. I'm an alien.
Yikes.
But yes, we are here with the episode 6 recap show, and I don't even know where to go with this episode. Normally, I'm very happy about 60-minute episodes, and tonight was just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what to say about tonight. We were just kind of all over the place, and it wasn't, I don't know. I thought the flow was really off in tonight's episode. What did you guys think?
What flow? There was nothing. Like, I think what you're saying, like, I totally agree with, but there just was there was no flow. Like, this did not feel like a challenge episode where you have like on 90% of challenge episodes, it's like a beginning with some drama, overview of last time, then the challenge, then drama about the challenge, drama about the elimination, boom. Maybe sprinkle in a little fake TJ twist, and that's how you got 90% of the episodes. And that just wasn't even close.
Alex, what'd you think?
I completely agree. Like, in a weird way, tonight's episode felt like a spin-off of the season. Like, it felt like a weird all-stars, champs, it felt like just not in line with the first 5 episodes that we've seen. Just because not a whole lot happened tonight, obviously, because you had 30 minutes of it chopped down, and then it was basically just like a very simple and quick challenge, get a winner. We didn't even get to deliberation, so obviously we didn't get to elimination. So it was just like the challenge, and then some talking heads afterwards, and the club scene and all of that. And so yeah, it really just feels like a weird episode. And I feel like now we get these 60-minute episodes that come up maybe 1 or 2 times a season in the 90-minute era, and it either makes the episode really a lot better or a lot worse. I feel like this one just kind of made it weirder. Like, I don't know if it made it. It wasn't a great episode, but it just really didn't do much.
Yeah, I would love to see in the chat what you guys think about tonight's episode. The one thing is, why do they just randomly throw in a 60-minute episode? It's not consistent. It's just let me throw a 60-minute episode here. Let me throw a 60-minute episode here. And there might be 2 a year from now on out of 24 episodes or whatever, how many we got. It's just oddly placed. You're telling me you can't just fit in an extra 30 minutes. I feel like we could get TJ's thing and even whatever happens next in still 90 minutes. Am I crazy to think that or no? No?
I don't think you're crazy.
God. So like we said, tonight's episode was kind of interesting. Like we said, it was kind of short, and like Andy kind of said too, had no flow. It was kind of all over the place. So with that being said,
I think it's kind of on us to make a good recap here, because we don't have a whole lot to work with. We don't have a whole lot to work with.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right in. And obviously, before we can even get started really into the episode, we got to talk about the streak continuing. I mean, it's just where's the work cited? Like we said, just where is it at this point?
And there's kind of a new streak developing too.
We'll get into that, but yes, I 100% agree, Alex. We did see that tonight. So starts off, obviously, we got the streak, and then the first 10 minutes or so, there wasn't really much that happened. The biggest thing I would say was the whole Nani and Casey love scene, or whatever we want to call it, where Casey plans this whole date out on the middle of it's almost like an island in the pool. What's that actually called? I can't think of the name of it. A canopy, or what's the setup? Are you good over there? Jesus.
Canopy? Bodega?
Whatever. We'll just call it that.
It sounds right.
Casey sets up this Casey sets up this whole date. Nani's like, oh my God, I'm so in love with you, all this, blah, 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 blah stuff. But the $1 million question that I had from the scene was, where the hell did Casey get flowers? Like, did she just like kind of go off campus and go pick them up herself? Or like, how'd she get them? Can someone explain that to me?
I can't explain that, but
gazebo? That's what it's called.
Gazebo.
Thank you, Leslie Adams.
Was I the only one who contemplating changing over to MTV2 for a bit while all that shit was going on? Like, it was just like, I mean, yeah, Iraq, good for them. Sure, that makes me some sort of ist, but like, I don't care. I don't care that Casey did this big magical thing for Nani. I don't care.
Yeah, and the $1 million question that I had coming from this scene was, I thought it, and maybe they did and I missed it, you guys can tell me, but I thought at some point they were going to say, what this was for. Like, was it, like Valentine's Day, like their 1 month anniversary, one of their birthdays? Like, I thought it was some sort of occasion that like one of them was throwing for the other, but it just kind of like they did the flowers, they were, out by the pool, and then that was it. They didn't say like, oh, this is what the event is. So I think it was just kind of random challenge shit.
Oh, absolutely. I thought it was like her birthday or something, and that we just completely missed or something like that. But it just never showed up, and we were just like, oh, okay. I like the point of what Mikey the Doctor wrote. Are Casey and Nani going to have a love show in a couple of years on MTV? I mean, possibly. I mean,
yeah.
Hell, I mean, they might be on the next season if they never mind. We'll just go somewhere else with that.
I want to do a quick exercise with you guys in the chat, because I think the chat will need to help us on going through Nani's challenge career and trying to identify who her lovers and flings have been at each point.
Are we going to take the next 30 minutes to do that?
Well, bananas.
No.
Bananas.
Season by season.
Oh, God.
Rookie on Battle of the Seasons, I think she had no hookups, right?
Oh, come on. That can't be right.
I mean, chat, tell us. Battle of the Seasons, I don't think she wasn't with Alton, right?
No. She wasn't with you?
I haven't heard from Alton in a while. Rivals 2, I know she racked up. That was her and CT. Rivals 2, CT, maybe her first hookup. And Marlon, that was after the Marlon night blowjob joke. Marlon was one of them. Yeah, Marlon, CT. After that was free agents. You got Kahada and little Johnny Riley. And then you had X's 2, which kind of went into bananas, right?
You know the thing about that season? You could tell she still had feelings for him.
For bananas? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Duh.
I think she still does to this day.
God, she's not Kellyanne with Wes.
People forget that.
Surely Wes has gotten every girl he's gone after on the challenge.
God, no.
Bloodlines, I don't think she had any. She went home too soon. Rivals 3, no. Right?
Maybe with Wes behind closed doors.
War of the Worlds, I think she went for Hunter. People forget her and Hunter had a thing. And one of the rookies, I think his name was Chase. Was that the guy with the really big hair? What about Asaf? When did Asaf come in? We'll get into that.
He was last.
Okay.
So I think War of the Worlds was Hunter and Chase. War of the Worlds 2, I think nobody. Total Madness, I think, was Asaf, who I always said was kind of like a key.
Wait. War of the Worlds 2. That's the famous tape elimination, right? Or is that one?
That was one.
Oh, God.
Okay.
And then Double Agents. Did she have any rookies last year? I mean, they all blend together.
Oh, God. ASAP.
And then now tonight we have Casey.
Hey, the crazy thing is, we could literally do a Mount Rushmore next season of best Nani hookups, and we would have a full board.
That's true.
Between them. So the whole Nani versus Casey thing, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Then we had the whole Josh and S.
What was the chess scene?
God, we'll get into that. That was coming.
Okay, go ahead.
Then we had the whole Josh and Esther kiss up or whatever we want to call it, just out of the blue too. So like they were hinting at, oh, we're just really good friends and stuff like that. You know, I trust her, and then they just cut to it right away, and we're just like, oh, okay.
I mean, at that point,
I texted the group and was like, wait, what the fuck is happening right now?
At that point in time, I was thinking, well, fuck me, put Casey and Nani back on. Like, come on.
Jeez. God, I'm surprised Josh didn't cry. I was very surprised during the kiss.
Do we know that he didn't?
God, TBD, to be seen. Then we had CT and Emmy, and is it just me or has been CT, like, they just get unnecessary cuts of him, and like we get it. You think Emmy's good. Like, are they hinting at something that we just don't know about yet?
I feel like we're 3 episodes in a row where it's like CT and a rookie, just a random rookie before the challenge. And then they cut to him in a confessional, and CT's like, yeah, I kind of like they show they're a fighter, they show promise and all of that. And it's just like the most random mashups you can put in there.
Yeah, so another thing I don't even know what to call. And then, you know, the alarm goes off, and then we're heading to the challenge. But right before, I texted Alex right away because there's no way, and I don't know if anybody else caught that, when the alarm went off and you saw the first flash, did anybody notice Tori was playing chess? There's no way. Like, do you think the challenge producers were just like, hey, Tori, can you just go sit down for like 35 seconds real quick and act like you're playing this game? Just there's no way that she's actually playing.
Who was she playing against? Was she just going against nobody?
I think it was Casey. But I could be wrong.
No chance.
Well, they weren't playing. They were just sitting there. But she had like one hand on like a piece.
You zoom in a little bit and you see that she's like clearly making a move that would never happen in chess, just illegal.
Yeah, jump in the wrong space. Yeah, exactly. So then we go to the challenge. And I don't even know if I get the challenge still. I mean, they were just like basically they were strapped to cars, and you basically just had to memorize a code, which the codes were the signs or whatever, and they basically, what they were doing was reading. One person was reading on the left side, the other person on the right, and they were kind of like meeting in the middle, correct? Kind of thing.
I'm not the guy to ask.
They each had half a puzzle.
Yeah, so they basically had half the code, and they're basically just reading. So one person was going from the right side, the other person from the left, and then they would line it up or whatever. And like we said, I just hate these challenges where like they're not in control of it, where, I mean, one car could go faster than the other right away. Like one car could be going slower around the turn, and, you know, every second count. And, you know, so many times in this game, it's decided by 1 second or less. I think already this season has been 3 times. So, you know, it's kind of important that you're on the same structure. And, you know, I get the idea, but I don't think it was that good of a challenge. And I'd like to hear your guys' opinion. I just think it was kind of like another random, like, let's throw a puzzle in and trap them on the cars and see how fast they can solve it kind of thing.
Like, it just seems like at this point, they just want to – they don't care about the challenge. They just want to make some sort of badass entrance for TJ to make. Like, whether it's a helicopter or cars or anything, that's the only thing they care about. Then they're like, oh, yeah, I guess we got to – let's just have these idiots get tied up to the top of a car, do a puzzle, and TJ will say it came down to the wire. Like, there's just no thought. There's no creativity. And maybe there was some for this, but then you see it executed and you're just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah. No, I agree. This was just like flat out a bad challenge. This was not good. It wasn't average. It was a bad challenge. Very like low budget. Like there wasn't anything to it. It was just bad. And I think this, like, from 2011 to 2015, I feel like your classic challenge staple was something hanging over a body of water and people are climbing or running across something. And now in about 2019 to 2021, I feel like the classic challenge is get cars, get some sort of runway, get like cars going, like fast speeds and all of that. And that's what.
Yeah, this is Fast and the Furious.
Yeah,
like, we don't need this.
It's stupid. The challenge just was bad. And I guess the only good part about it was that we got such a bad challenge on a short episode. So they couldn't stretch it out any further.
True.
Well, that was the thing. Like, we talk about, like, what's the point of having a 60-minute episode if you don't have an elimination or anything? You could have just shown, like, 2 people go and then do the famous, like, run through real fast. They dragged that out for, like, 2.5 commercial breaks, I feel like. Like, it was a decent amount of time. Brian McCord, yes, they brought a take on before. I was smirking at that comment. Good to have you back.
Well, and Alex makes a good point. I mean, I love the contraption over water. Like if you walk into challenge, you see that, you're going to be like, all right, this is going to be entertaining. But and people forget they had one of those on this season where they had to go like run and do the puzzle and like they were upside down. That was a good challenge.
That was good.
And we talked about they kind of screwed it up by only having like one bomb you could drop. But that was a great daily challenge. And guess what? It's just going back to your roots. So they're just all over the place. They're idiots.
Yeah. So overall, I feel like we would say that the challenge stunk.
It was a bad challenge, and almost even worse than just being a bad challenge was it gave us nothing to talk about right now, right? Like there wasn't any like teams that like went crazy or anything because they're literally just on top of a car. Like there were no big takeaways from the daily.
Yeah, absolutely. But Casey and Emmanuel win. Were they the first team? No, they were the second group, correct?
Yeah, they weren't first because it was Josh and CT both went first.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they win, and there's not really much drama, like, with it. Teach just announces them, the end kind of thing. And then we go back to the house, and this is where we start a new tradition maybe. I don't know if you noticed, Andy, I know Alex did, how Casey and Emmanuel were the first people to walk into the house after the challenge.
Yeah, I was onto that trend a while back.
No.
God, no. And you guys know, I know Andy always tries to hop on me and Alex's takes, from Fresh Meat 3 to the University of Tennessee. Yeah. He just always kind of just hops in and tries to act like he's the king, and he's not. So we did an LVP vote for him, Chattanooga. What? So after that,
thank you.
The rookies kind of know what the hell's going up. They already know Emmy and Huey are going to be voted in. No surprise there. And then we go to the club. And was this even a club, or what was this? Was it just like, are we back to last season, like their own Globe-esque?
Yeah, it's the snow globe, but it's not the snow globe. It's just a new one that they rented out at a bar.
God,
but we didn't get to see any dance moves from Ed from the Circle.
God, are you on Ed from the Circle yet or no?
I like the guy.
God, me and Andy early.
I was all in right away. It's Ed from the Circle.
I know, he's awesome. I don't know if you guys heard, and I don't know if any of our listeners listened to Bananas and Bill Simmons the other day. And Simmons was talking about, it's Ed from the Circle. Yeah, I know exactly who that is. I mean, we literally said that shit. And the Bananas is like, yeah, I don't know who the hell that is and stuff. It's a good listen. So
I introduce myself to people I don't know, whether it's at work or just random people I run into. Oh, hi, I'm Andy from Stir the Pot. Well, sorry. No. It's actually more like, yo, it's Andy from Stir the Pot. God, I bulge at Ed from the Circle.
God. So, like we said, they're in the club, and where do we even want to go with this? Should we just do a little Emmy 10-minute span of just listening to her music right now? Or, like, what the hell was that all about? Her just getting on stage and just, like, singing randomly?
There was a good 60-second stretch in the episode around here where I like changed the channel on my TV like 2 or 3 times to make sure that I was like still on the challenge. Because I literally had like some Romanian 20-year-old girl singing about being an alien in a bar with 15 other people, and that was what was on my TV.
I'm drowning in my fear. I'm an alien.
I mean, I still think the music video is bananas. What's even crazier on Spotify, if you look, look at the date. It literally came out yesterday. So they must have been like, Emmy, you got to push this shit because we're going to be playing it live right now for the first time. So,
you know who I bet enjoyed that moment at the club the most?
CT.
May have been Nelly.
God.
You just imagine Nelly like vibing out, like, oh, like he probably thought that this was like a popular song that he just had never heard before, so he was pretending it was big.
Well, what does Nelly know? What does Nelly know anything about like having his own club or anything?
Well, he knows how to pop a bottle, I think.
God, legend. So, should we listen to another song?
No, I think that has to be her only song.
I'm out.
She has. Let's see. Let's look her up.
Wait, who was the?
She's got 5 songs on Spotify.
Who's the guy that's been on a couple recently with the long hair who always wears a bat? Jay? Doesn't Jay make music too?
Jay has he has music videos with some of these clowns from the show, I think.
Wait, tell me who this is, guys.
Oh God.
What you got to lose when it storms, when it rains, it falls on all.
Jacob Allen.
Joseph Allen.
Bang. People forget he was on American Idol, right?
Yeah. Everybody backstage, please don't be scared, because up close on you looks just like a teddy bear.
As bad as these clowns are at the challenge, they're even fucking worse at what they claim to do for a job. That's just embarrassing.
I mean, when's the show just going to become like America's Got Talent at this point? Like, are we just going to have like literally a daily challenge is going to be like, who has the best voice? It's going to turn into.
Isn't that what season 1 of the literal challenge was? Didn't they have like singing competitions and shit like that?
Yes, there was no eliminations. They would just have to do stuff like go to a bar and sing or do stupid stuff.
Arts and crafts. Now it's swung all the way back.
God, insane. So
Trev, this was about the time in the episode. Tell me if you did something similar. This was about the time in the episode where they go out to the club, and I started to do the time check to see what exactly the rest of the episode is going to have. Because obviously you hear 60 minutes, you know it's short, and you wonder if you're going to get to elimination, get to deliberation, whatever. And so around here was when I checked my phone, and there was only about 16 minutes left. And so you know that there's no chance you get an elimination. Then they started going into the fight and all of that. And really the middle, 30 minutes of the episode, 20 minutes, it was just what we talked about, right? It was just everybody talking, going to the club, I'm an alien, and then you get back to the house.
Yeah, and I try not to do it because looking at your phone for the time can either go really good or really bad.
Yeah.
And tonight, it was one of those nights where like, oh, we're screwed. We are screwed. So.
See, I love the look at the phone move for time because it's very one or the other. It's very much either I'm doing it because I want more, even if it's a 90-minute episode, or it's all right, let's hurry this shit up. Today was very clear on which one it was.
And then kind of the last thing at the club would kind of be, and it leading into the end of the episode, was the rookie girls kind of talking shit about Amber B. Let me clarify that. Amber B. We can't just be called Amber anymore, which is, I mean, there's just so many other Ambers in this game. So, we just got to clarify. Amber B. Sorry. So what do we think about the rookie girls kind of talking shit about her? And like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's kind of, what's it called? She kind of, I don't know the word to say. The rookies kind of don't have a reason to talk shit, I feel like. I mean, she's a champ. These guys haven't even done 6 seasons. Or six episodes, excuse me. So why are you guys talking shit? Andy, are you thinking the opposite?
No, I couldn't agree more.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to go
These rookies act like they have any sort of
entitlement,
any sort of grounds to stand on for anything. Even if it's like a year 2 vet who has not won anything. They're a vet. You're a rookie. Know your place. Not only is she not a rookie, she's the reigning champ. For them to be talking shit is so stupid and so dumb. Oh my! And Big T yawning. Oh, is Amber B still talking about this? Yeah. This is called alliances and people trying to stab you in the back. If you're not talking about this, you're not going to win, sweetie. And guess what? I'll put my life on the fact that Big T's not winning this challenge for many reasons. But that same mindset is the exact reason why she's just not a threat and why these rookies are so dumb. The rookies come on this show to be on TV. So when they say, oh, this is boring, she's talking about how people are going after her. That's the challenge. Welcome. That's why these rookies are absolute morons and idiots and dummies.
Well said.
I think towards the end of the episode, I think the editing did not do Amber any favors. Like they played it up as oh, Amber's always talking about this. She's always complaining. And so they kind of wanted you to start sympathizing with the rookies. But then they cut to those rookie girl confessionals and they're like, oh, Amber is so fake. She won't shut up. Like who the fuck are you to talk about anybody on the show? Much less the girl in here, one of the 2 girls on the entire show that's won a challenge before, and the one that won it 6 months ago. Like you have you have negative room to talk, and it just made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the rookie girls are already kind of bonding together, and so they need some sort of enemy. So that's the only thing I could think of. But yeah, it's just frustrating.
Yeah. So the final part of this episode was kind of just Josh and Fezzi kind of just coming out of nowhere and just started I thought Josh was coming at Fezzi and then he was just backing up and he was just doing the classic, Josh, just keep talking, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then towards the end of the episode, you could see him get closer and closer and closer. And then finally, obviously, when the credits were rolling, we saw the good old shove to the face. Kind of weak, I would say. Nothing that bad. It's not like he swung and hit him or anything. Just kind of get out of my way kind of thing. But what did you guys think?
But before that, it built up with kind of Tori and Corey, right? They were kind of starting the time. Because it started with Fez, or it was Amber, right, with the pizza. And we've seen Italian food cause fights in the house before.
Have we?
I think there's been maybe a moment or 2.
What about but surely not with Corey or anything.
Postagate.
See you, Tony. But seriously, can we get Tony back on the show? And I do want to say on the air, sorry, I know we're kind of jumping all over the place. I do, from Stir the Pot, we do want to, put our condolences out to Tony and his family. I saw everything going on with the hurricane and stuff down there. And, it seemed like they got hit pretty good. And, we love Tony and, we just really want to I think we've already donated as a group to the GoFundMe page. We would definitely promote it. Maybe we'll tweet out a link tonight that you guys can definitely go donate and help him out because his house got hit pretty good. And tough to see. And, we always want to help out in the challenge community. So I'll leave it at that.
T's and P's.
Yeah. Tony's a legend. If you guys can help out as much as you can. He's our guy. And Amber wanted some frozen pizza. And then it kind of just led to her and Fezzi kind of being in each other's faces, oh, you blindsided me. And then it was just, I think it was Corey, Tori, and kind of Ed from the circle, all kind of stirring it up right in the middle of it. And then I think it was Tori who literally left the room, went to a completely different part of the house to grab Josh, bring him in there. And then it just kind of all exploded from there.
Yeah.
I loved Ed from the circle during this because he was yucking it up with Huey. And it just looked like Huey did not care about anything Ed was saying. Like Huey was standing there looking straight ahead, and Ed was next to him just like laughing, oh yeah, and Huey wasn't even fazed. And then Ed even gave him a cheers with their beers, and Huey was standing there, and Ed just, it was awesome. Ed from the circle, it might be one of my favorites on this season.
Early MVP candidate from the rookies. People forget he also wasn't on. Was he on episode 1 or was it episode 2?
He came when I think Nam
showed up episode 1 at the end.
Yeah, okay.
Because Nam left. People forget Nam was on this season.
Nam was not on the season.
Thanks, Nam.
He actually had more words on this season than last season.
You didn't say a word.
Exactly.
So if he ever comes back on a challenge, over under 0.5 words.
I mean, if you took the under for this season, you would have won.
Hi, guys. It's me again. 5. I think that's the line.
God.
Because that's it. That's all you're getting. One confessional. That's it.
So, yeah, I mean, was there really anything else? I feel like I haven't really.
I want one last thing on Nam. I was very adamant that Nam and Lolo should never fucking come back on this show. I was taking that ship to the bottom of the ocean. And what does Nam do? He comes back and he leaves before he can say a fucking word. So thank you, Nam, for proving that I just have an eye for what needs to happen to this show, and he ain't one of them.
Like I said, I know me and Alex have been on the record saying we don't want Lolo and Nam back on, but we all know Andy was just so passionate about having them back. So, like we said, we're sorry we had to stick up with them, but blame Andy.
So, what do you guys think is going to happen with the whole next episode on? TJ's coming to the house, people are crying, Fezzi's punching Josh, like not even a punch, a slap. Like, what do you think is the fallout from all of this? Like, what do you think we're going to have? Is something going to happen before this deliberation? Because we didn't even get to that point yet.
Well, here's the thing. Fezzi's an interesting one because he causes a lot of drama and creates a lot of entertainment, like good or bad. But if they dropped him and they said, like, hey, you slapped the goof in the face, like, they could kick him off. But at the same, like, think back. I just immediately got the classic Vinny vibes. Or not Vinny. What's his name again? Sarah's partner. Was it Vinny?
That was Vinny. Yeah,
it was Vinny.
What's her name? Top off.
Yeah, he pulled Mandy's top off. And then they dropped him like a fly. But Vinny provided no entertainment, no sort of like competition in the game. So I'm curious to see what they do here, because I think either way they could make a big rift in the game. Like if they dropped Fezzi, that's a big deal. Not in my eyes because he's not winning. But if they dropped him, that would shake up the house. If they kept him, it would still create that like big brother versus the world mentality. So I think they'll probably keep him.
Yeah. Yeah. Not much to say. I have nothing to say.
I think someone is going home because of TJ showing up to the house. Like we've seen TJ do his dumb little curveballs in the past. But I think I don't know. I mean, I could be way off, but I just think TJ coming to the house next episode, I think at least one person is going home. I would say the most likely outcome is Fezzi and nobody else. And Josh is just crying in the preview because, he misses his buddy. And I think there's also a chance that maybe both of them get sent home. I don't know. But I think if we're doing over under 0.5 people being sent home by TJ next week, I'm going over.
Interesting.
Trev, what are you taking on that line?
I don't really take unders, so I got to take the over.
Well, and you got to also remember that these days, TJ doesn't even show up to the challenge for deliberation. He shows up on the TV. So if he's showing up there in person, like he better be getting some work done.
That's a good point. I still think I'm taking the under, though.
Nobody going home?
Nobody going home. You won't hear me say that often that I'm taking the under, but
I think there's a chance that nobody's going home, but then we would have to think about what TJ would be coming to say. Is it just a warning? Because he's done that.
Yes,
before.
He's done that before. Oh yeah, and he's on his little curveball kick.
That's true.
Clayton Kershaw this season, so he's going to go there and say he's going to give that look, the intense stare to everyone, and say, "Fezzi, you got an altercation with Josh. That's not allowed on the challenge. We're going to give you one warning. If you do it again, if anyone does it again, you're out.
Don't let it happen again.
Don't let it happen again. You guys did not kill it."
No, sorry. I was looking for my Overs Club jacket. Couldn't find it. But what's it called? What I think 100% nobody's going home, actually. I think it's going to be the classic TJ. Like I thought I heard it over there when I was looking for it. The classic.
Zach and me.
It was my LVP last week. The good old ... I mean, it wasn't that hard of a push. Yes, they don't tolerate all that bullshit, but let's be real.
I think either way, we're getting a Josh cry.
We're definitely getting a Josh cry. You can put it on the board. Yes. Can we take a moment just to acknowledge the fact that the big bad wolf of Fezzi is picking on the goof of all people? Like, I know there's much more behind it, but like for him to get in someone's face and push them and shove them, do you really have to pick the most like incompetent physical person on the show? Does that make you feel like a tough guy, Fezzi? Does that make you feel like you're a badass? Because guess what? I had Josh higher than you on my power rankings.
But surely he's never called you out or anything or done anything like that.
He tried to prove his case. Case closed.
In all seriousness, and I don't like to pick on, people that watch the show or not watch the show, are in the chat, and especially our AWLs. But does Ryan McCord even know about that? Because has he been on this season? He's been very sketchy this season. Long time AWL. One of the longest AWLs.
Probably been hanging out with Adam Meadows too much.
But surely they don't like DM each other and giggle like it's 21 Jump Street or something. So, all right, enough of the episode. Actually, I got one last remark. Sorry, one final remark from the episode.
Go ahead.
If I stepped out of the room and missed it, did I see Josh on a Christian commercial dating app or something?
Josh was 100% on some sort of dating app commercial tonight, and I'm hoping someone in the chat can validate it. It was about 15 minutes left in the episode. There was a commercial break. I was on my phone tweeting out stuff, funny tweets from the Sort of the Pod, legendary tweets, and I was kind of just half paying attention to the TV, and I could hear that it was some sort of dating app, and then I hear something that sounds like Frankenstein. I'm like, wait a second, I kind of recognize that voice. And I look up, and it's Josh. And it was I can't remember the exact name, but it was a Christian dating app. And Josh Martinez was 100% one of the people that they had on that commercial.
Wow. I'm seeing right now, I'm trying to look for it right now on like YouTube or something so I can pull it up for you guys. I'm not seeing it anywhere though. But God, that was classic. I'm glad you saw it too, Alex.
It's called Upward is the name of the app. I just found that.
Oh, wait. I might have found it. Oh, it comes up. Wait, Upward.
I found a picture of it.
No, they don't have it. No, they don't. What a shame. All right. Well, I guess that was it. And yes, Jesse Adams. That is Pink Whitney. I guess that was it. So what else we got? Any segments tonight, Alex? What do we got? Who's Corey's partner? Who's Devin's partner? Who's partner?
Yeah, who's Devin's partner?
Okay.
Which I think it could not have changed this episode, right?
Is it Emmy?
No, I thought.
No. Wait, it's Tori.
Wait, hold on.
No, Tori's with Ed from The Circle.
Wait a minute. What's this?
Just meet new people and connect with people with like-minded faith.
Magic Jack.
It's only 3 seconds.
God, we couldn't even see it. Magic Jack.
Meet new people and connect with people with like-minded faith.
God. Devin's partner is Amber.
Cheyenne?
Yes.
Yes. So we're good? Devin and Cheyenne?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last segment of the tonight, LVP. Chat, you guys know what to do. Send the order. Obviously tonight's episode was just kind of a shit show. So honestly, I don't even know who to give my MVP LVP to.
Oh, I got some options lined up.
But first response we'll get is the order we do. Is Nelly T still on the season? Hey, Radar Watch back next week. Keep on the low.
We got a couple things coming in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I'll keep that. I'll say something at the end of the episode about that. It looks like the first one was Mr. McCord with Alex, Andy, Trev is the MVP or order. Yeah, so. Ooh, but I do like the other two because they're the exact same. But we go first, and Ryan McCord was number one with Alex, Andy, Trev. Alex, number one pick, MVP. Who you got tonight?
I mean, I kind of wish I was in the middle for both of these because, like you said, there's just not a whole lot of options. I think either way that pop out, MVP or LVP. I think my MVP, I'm kind of just going to go Corey. And the only reason I'm going Corey is basically the last 7 minutes of the episode when he got, especially when Josh came into the frame, and he was stirring the pot when it was just like Fezzi and Amber going at each other. But then even when Fezzi and Amber going at each other, and then when Josh showed up, Corey was literally getting right in the middle of it, like making fun of both of them, trying to get them to go against each other. In an episode where not a whole lot of shit happened. And I think the most, entertaining, the most electrifying part of the episode was probably the last 10 minutes. And it was kind of fueled in a way by Corey. I'm going to go Corey. I mean, he has a good spot in the game. And just for the fact of we talked about this was a weird episode, any sort of entertainment we could get from it. And Corey kind of sparked that towards the end. So I'm going MVP, Corey.
All right. Andy, who you got? MVP.
This is tough. Mikey the Doctor throws one out there, and I really want to take it. I think I'm going to give my MVP to – I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't even know. I'll give my MVP to I'm so, like, at a loss right now just because, like, no one jumped off the page.
You want me to go?
No. I'll keep the order. My MVP is going to be TJ. ... It's just like almost like Fezzi with LVP. It's just a great default pick. Like, can either of you say why TJ doesn't deserve to be MVP?
No, I can't.
I'm going to do a default. It's almost like a burn vote. It's almost a burn vote on my part. But
God, but surely burn votes never come back and burn you or anything.
Teresa.
God. My MVP tonight is going to be Mikey the Doctor's Radar Watch. And it's going to be Nelly T. And it's only going to be a small sliver of Nelly T. The last 5 seconds of him eating that pizza, I was kind of keeping it on the low. I didn't want to bring that much attention to it. But him just kind of like Alex, he was kind of stirring the pot, but not really, just kind of laid back. You saw him just eating the pizza, just chomping behind. I just thought that was a very classic Nelly T scene. He only had one confessional, I believe, tonight, and it was that. And it was just a really funny scene for me. And who doesn't like Nelly T? I mean, the guy's a legend. So my MVP tonight is T. My MVP tonight is just one thing, and I think you guys might already know what it is. And I'm sorry because this will be the last time I think ever that I'll play this song. But my MVP or LVP, excuse me, is this song because this is one of the stupidest shits I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even playing it anymore.
That's a good pick.
That is my LVP. I'll leave it at that. Sorry for playing it one more time. That's my LVP.
Good pick. Is it me?
Yes.
So I thought this was pretty easy, actually. Once I gave it just a hint of thought, it made a whole lot of sense for me. My LVP for tonight is going to be Anissa because she missed out on pizza night.
What?
Literally, she went home just one episode. You know, sometimes stars just burn out too quickly. She went home one episode before pizza night.
All right. Well, that LVP just came out of left field. Andy's LVP is Anissa. Alex, LVP tonight. Who you got?
My LVP is also going to be pretty random. It's actually two people, two challengers. Neither of them are on this season. But my LVP is going to just a weird episode. I'm not doing anything related to the episode. My LVPs are going to be Cara and Paulie.
God, what happened? Surely they didn't do anything to you.
So if you guys don't know, if any of our listeners don't know, it's kind of two parts. First part is Cara and Paulie now run what they call the 10 Escape, TEN like the number, the 10 Escape. You can look it up on Instagram. And I heard about it recently on Reddit, and I followed it. And basically, what it is like it's like it's like a Firefest challenge version. Cara and Paulie are setting up this like trip in like mid-October to some island in Mexico, and it's like the whole like shtick of it is like you can come out and hang with Cara and Paulie and Brittany and some porn star, a literal porn star, are their main like headliners. And like they're the ones running it, and it's like 5 days, and you can, book this hotel, and you can like literally like, live with Cara and Paulie. The stupidest fucking idea ever. I don't know who's paying for this. I don't know who's paying for it. But anyway, so the other day, because I follow this, I kind of comment on it from time to time, and it's just so corny and so cringy. If you guys haven't, please look at their account, look at their website. It's like it was created by an 8th grader. But anyway, one of their posts from the other day was like Paulie playing volleyball, and I commented on it. I'm reading it now. I commented on it, and I said, "Are people really paying for this shit?" And like I fully expected a comment back. Like it's on their page. I knew they were gonna give me shit. Like I was completely fine with it. So I said, "Are people really paying for this shit?" And I got a reply back from Cara Maria, 2-time challenge champion, and she said, "Alex, don't worry. The people paying for this shit will be sitting between MTV Britney and then she tagged the porn star, sipping margs on a beach in Mexico while you watch from your mom's basement computer. Bye." So that's, if you guys were wondering what Cara's up to, now you know. She's running some cheap ass website trying to scam people into a $3,200 room. I looked it up. It's $3,200 for 5 nights to basically to live on a beach with Paulie for a week and Cara. That's what Cara is up to. She's not winning challenges. And obviously, like, the challenge paycheck is stopped because they haven't been back in a couple seasons. So my LVP in the challenge world the past couple weeks is just going to be Cara, and it's going to be Paulie. Those two suck. We thought it couldn't be a whole lot worse from what they were doing on the challenge. Turns out they're running a Firefest.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick, Alex. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff in the chat, and I kind of like the idea. First, I always want to say we'll post Tony's GoFundMe page. Definitely go for that. But after, if you have leftover cash or anything, and we don't want to push the pressure on you. We are a 100% free podcast. We're not doing anything. But if you guys want us to, we will start a GoFundMe page, because I know Andy. I know Andy doesn't really take that many vacations or anything, and doesn't have that much time off. But I think it'd be real nice to give him a 5-day vacation to hang out with these clowns and see what happens. So we'll start a little $3,200 GoFundMe page to see if we can send Andy to whatever island it is. So
that whole trip just sounds like just such a disaster.
It's almost like, isn't it giving you kind of Firefest? Is that what it was called?
I just said that.
Oh, sorry.
I will say, if we make this happen, all the AWLs will love it. I will hate it, but I will make it.
God, the only thing we would make you do, Andy, you would have to vlog like the entire thing. But surely, like Adam Mino's could help you out with some vlogging or something.
Yeah.
Wait, do you smell that?
I think I smell smoke.
Watch it. I'm begging all the listeners, go follow this Instagram account, the Tin Escape. So basically they post from the account, and then every single post has comments from Cara, comments from Paulie, like trying to promote it, trying to get action, and it's just terrible. The design is awful. Like I said, $3,000 for a room. Their descriptions are like full of typos and all of that. I think it's literally Cara is the one writing these things. Just absolutely awful.
But surely, like, they probably get some good inspiration from their T-shirts from Challenge Mania and stuff, right?
Don't get me started on those Challenge Mania t-shirts.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. One thing I like to bring up, 2 weeks, mark it on your calendar. It seems like we will have a special guest, challenger, on September 29th. Be ready. We should announce it next week if everything's good to go. Still doing some logistics. We got to call Kenny in. Sorry. No. I'm kidding.
I fucked up.
But
it's a surprise for now.
It's a surprise for now. Tune in next week, and we definitely should have that locked up, and we'll announce it next week. And then the following week, the 29th, we will have this person live on air with us, and come prepared with questions, whatever you want to ask. I don't even know what the format we're going to do, if we're actually going to talk about the episode itself, if we're just going to talk about
it's going to be off the rails.
I have no idea.
It's going to be an all-timer.
And we personally think this person will bring a lot to the table where they will get after it. It can't be Dario. I'm sorry. Dario's sleeping on us.
And the best part, you don't have to join the Patreon to get access like Scott and what's his name.
God.
This is also going to be my first time with a guest. So I'm fired up. My goal is to get him or her to join me in a rant. I want to tee them up for a rant and then just watch it all unravel.
Wow. Well, with that being said, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. You can follow us on Twitter at Stir the Pod. You can also follow us on Instagram at Stir_the_pod. And like I said, tune in next week for our special guest. I'm excited about it. We might have a few more tricks up our sleeve, but we'll get into that. So thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod. I've been your host, Trevor. Again, follow us on Twitter, Stir the Pod, Instagram, Stir_the_pod. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Shout out Duffy.